Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast at Address Bali. My name is Faisal. I'm joined by Anastasia from a company called Delivered. I'll let Anastasia introduce herself shortly, but we're here to discuss several things about how it is to live in Bali and what we're both currently working on and busy with with life in Bali.
Yeah, thank you, and I'm so pleased to be your first.
Thank you.
Let's make it fun. So yes, my name is Nastia Human, and my company, as you said, called Delivered. I'm a multimedia producer, so actually I've done different huge projects all over the globe, and my multimedia production company now delivers different types of services, such as creative concepts, CG production, technical equipment purchasing, and installment. So here in Bali, why we came here several years ago, you know that Bali is booming now about all development stuff, but among lots of different projects here you can find on the table, the one I started working with was Nuanu. Yes, it is a huge area for creative people, and that is why we started working there, creating multimedia art for the area, for the project. And I like that Nuanu is, it has a story behind. So my company, we deliver these stories. We always say that we help places become destinations. And I guess that, of course, you visited the place.
Number of times. I was there last night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can definitely tell that it is a destination now.
Right.
So yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, I've been to Nuanu a few times. There is so much to do over there, and it's a very big and very brave project. Sergey Solonin, he started the project. He's got many partners. Clearly, you're one of them. What's it like working with such a big project of this scale, or is that something you're used to doing?
I have to be honest, it's challenging because when you come to the place, you don't know exactly the weather issues, you don't know the cultural issues, you don't know people, and you need to challenge all this. You need, in the short period of time, you need to understand what will be elegant there, what will be relevant to the place. What will help the place to become this destination, not to do something like out of the box that will not be, carefully integrated to the area.
Copy and paste. So you work very specifically to the area, location, and project as well.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, there are three installations we've done. One of them is THK Tower. It's a 30 meters height lighthouse. And why THK? It is Trihitakarana Tower. So actually, this is the mythological story of Balinese culture.
Right.
And it represents Balinese culture. And in content production, we wanted to show people the culture of Bali. What is Trihitakarana about? Every evening, the guests can see the projection show, and it is divided in 4 parts, as Trihitakarana divides in 3 parts: harmony, people, and nature, and they unite each other. And the 4th part of our show is about this unity.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
So I've been there and I've seen the lighthouse. I call it a lighthouse. I didn't know the story behind it, but now I understand. And it's on the left-hand side if you're looking at the beach. And actually, I was there yesterday with my business partner for Address Bali, and we saw people walking up the stairs as well. I didn't think that was possible.
For now it is. It will not be possible soon. So actually it will be possible anyway, but for payment. For now you have just a bit time to do it for free.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess the concept itself for Nuanu is very unique. It's create the city of the future in Bali. Creative city of the future in Bali, with lots of media, art installations. And one of the things that people ask me a lot about, and with the questions we get asked, because obviously right now we're building Address Bali, I'll explain all of that a little bit later on, but I get asked this question a lot: is Bali becoming Tulum or Ibiza, or what are the similarities between? Because a lot of the people that I come across, socially, business-wise, they go between Bali, Ibiza, and Tulum a lot. And they always make the comparison between the three places because they're both creative places. The magnetic fields and the energy that flows between these three places is very similar as well. So what's your take on this comparison?
I was everywhere. When I was young, I liked to go to Ibiza. I was in Tulum, and actually, the first statue of the woman's face
Daniel
was done,
Cooper,
yes, by Daniel,
artist.
our friend Daniel Cooper. It was done in Tulum, and here we did two faces of the man and woman. And
This is on the entrance of as you're going to.
these are the gates to the city, and we call them Earth Sentinels.
Right.
And now they can even speak to each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So we used AI technologies. So what is in common? Of course, all these places are done for leisure and people want to rest. But Ibiza, it has its own niche because it is night clubbing, all this techno music stuff. Tulum has beautiful ocean, but it's just one street. And for me, from my point of view, it is too overpriced, Here in Bali, you have different, it is a small island with different nature specifics. You can go to north and it will be cold. You can go to the middle and you will meet the pine trees. You can go to the black beach as Lima Beach, and it is just
Uh-huh.
stunning, or just to the classical white one
in Uluwatu, or Nusa Dua, for example, if you want a calm beach. So, like for me, I've been. I was last year in Ibiza, went to Mykonos as well, and a lot of these places. And these places are predominantly party places. I mean, well, one thing that Bali has, especially the Perinan and Pantalima area where we both live, is the security.
It is.
That we feel very safe. And I've spoken to my friends who are women and guys and everyone, and they could go for a run in the middle of the night or a walk, on the streets, go from one restaurant to another at any time.
Yeah, compared to Tulum.
Exactly,
Not
exactly.
that safe,
and obviously, number one, like another thing you said was the Tulum is just one long street. And everything is off it. Yes, there's downtown and there's all these areas.
Yeah, it's like when you come for 2 weeks, it's okay. But Bali is the place for living.
Absolutely.
And for raising kids. For example, my son, he loves surfing, he loves football, he loves, I see him on Friday evening after school, Friday day, he leaves to his friends and we pick him up on Monday after school, and they, migrating from one villa to another. Sometimes all these kids come to our villa, so this is a mess, but still, they have this, really fruitful childhood, where they have fruits, where they have sports, where they have ocean, they have sun, so this vitamin D, so everything. And yes, it's safe. They do order Gojeks by themselves, they drive, they do homework together, they just, living their best life. I'm jealous.
No, but exactly. This is the thing. Like, obviously, this sounds like a perfect childhood paradise, obviously, not just for adults, because obviously Bali is a paradise for a lot of people, and they say, look, it's a paradise, you can come surf, you can live. A lot of people who come to Bali are the ones who work remotely as well, and take advantage of the lifestyle here, because it is really good. I mean, especially if you're in Europe, you're working in European time zone, you're in Bali, throughout the day you can do what you want, and in the evening, afternoon, you work.
This is the best thing about time zone. This is why I love Bali, because we do all our family stuff in the mornings. We have, and I love Bali because of the culture of this breakfast culture.
Yeah, of course.
Because everyone wakes up early, everyone meets some breakfast. So tomorrow we're going to have the traditional maslenica breakfast with blinis with our friends.
Is this with the Russian pancakes and caviar?
Yes.
Obviously, Bali is a great place to live, not for children, for adults as well. But what do you think attracts people to come to Bali?
I think also the story behind, because it is not just a new place with beautiful nature views, but it also has its own heritage. This is
culture.
And this is the main pillar, because as you know, According to the last counting, Indonesia has 13,000 islands. But only Bali saved its own culture.
Heritage.
Yes, its own heritage, its own language, alphabet, and the people, they are different. I have also a project in Bangor, and we talk to West Java people, but actually, their name is Sunda. They're also very friendly as Balinese. But when you come to Bali, the first thing you meet this kindness. And this is the cultural code of the people, They're not that busy as in the city. And the rhythm of life here, it's not that busy, but still you wake up very early and you can do everything on time. So I do even more stuff staying here, comparing to Dubai, for example, when I go to Dubai or somewhere to Europe or Russia.
I guess there's a lot more other distractions in other places than it is Bali. And I feel that I wake up very early as well. So for me, obviously, the reason why I came to Bali was, obviously, I moved here during COVID, just because London was too crowded and boring when nothing was happening, and that's why I had a choice of actually going to Tulum, Ibiza, Dubai or Bali. And the reason why, obviously, I chose Bali, and I think other people choose Bali as well, is because obviously the genuinity, if that is a word, and the way the people are, and the culture, obviously, which has been preserved. But apart from all of that, also, you get a very good lifestyle in Bali compared to the money that you spend. And I think there's a lot of expats in Bali, obviously, but it also attracts a lot of holiday makers, because Bali is now almost the #1 destination in the world for people to go for holidays.
Yes.
And that has changed the dynamics of Bali, where a lot of people are investing in Bali. And that's the same reason why we are investing in Bali, in Address Bali, obviously, because we feel that people are coming to Bali now to not just enjoy the value for money lifestyle, but also the luxury that the Bali has to offer. I mean, in terms of customer services and hospitality, Bali has multiple universities and colleges where people graduate from for hospitality training and degrees and education and so on, and that's what obviously is coming out now more so than ever before. So I think the luxury segment in Bali is definitely changing, and it's improving. And again, because of that, because of the people, because a lot of the people who work in Bali are Balinese or they are from other islands in Indonesia, who provide a very good level of service. And I think with the culture and the heritage, it also flows to the service industry as well.
Sure.
And that's what people and companies like or take advantage of when they come over, because it's very easy to have a very good time and still have a very good quality of life here.
Yes, and the cost of living.
Of course.
Because in Europe you will live in the shoebox or in Dubai, for example, And here you have a place to live. You have beautiful villas with beautiful views, with land, and you feel that you are resting because you are living on the land. And I also love that you can travel. The island is so small, but you can change, it's like changing time zones. It's changing nature zones, because you can go to the volcanoes, you can go to the ocean, you can go to the pine trees. So actually, it is much more different, and it's never boring.
Of course.
You are always exploring, and it is pretty easy to get and the airport. It is now very fast track, you can easily come, you can easily fly anywhere. So you do not feel that you live somewhere at the end of the earth, as it was, 15 years ago.
Of course, yeah.
Now you have direct flights, you can explore all Asia, you can explore Indonesia because it's huge, and islands. I've been to Komodo, to Lombok, to West Java, Lamongan, Nusa Penida, Gili, Belitung, Sumbawa. So it's lots of different places, and you feel that you need more time, for exploring all that. And Bali, yes, and food, lots of people, lots of expats. It's nice. It's easy to find people to communicate and to become friends with. So yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, when I was in Tulum, so I spent a lot of time in Tulum on a holiday and just going there because it's a direct flight from London. It's 12 hours away and stuff. So you go to Cancun and you travel and whatever else. I find that as an expat, even when I was just coming here for holidays, I connected with people a lot more easy, obviously other expats and locals. I've got friends from obviously different parts, and it's really easy to make friends here. And the friends that you make here are more genuine than I feel other parts of the world. Just because I think the certain type of people that come to Bali are very open-minded about what they want in life, and that again affects the kind of people and kind of establishments or hotels and buildings that are being opened in Bali to allow that social scene to flourish even more. Because obviously Nuanu, for example, it is all about social people interacting with each other and creating something.
Yes.
And
co-creating,
Exactly. And like my business partners in Address Bali, they are. I met them in different parts of the world, but we really connected in Bali together.
Yeah, because it's like from human to human, from the person to person. It is very helpful. Yes.
Yeah. And it's very genuine. And I think businesses in Bali need to take this into consideration. When they like restaurants and bars. I mean, a lot of the international companies have opened restaurants and bars here, and that hasn't worked. And one of the things that works really well in Bali is local brands.
Yes.
And I know this because after spending a lot of time in Tulum, I came to Bali and I opened a burrito restaurant. It did really well, but obviously since we started another restaurant which is doing really well now, Satoshi, and various other things, we feel that local brands or brands that are created in Bali do relatively well because they have the Bali soul inside them.
Yeah.
And that's what really people are looking for. They're not looking for another restaurant that's in Dubai, for example.
Yes.
Or in London. They are looking for, people come here because they see these pretty pink flowers outside a cafe, people drinking outside by the roadside, coffee, tea, whatever else, and this brunch culture that you're talking about. And I think, but one of the things that made Bali popular is literally the breakfast and the brunch culture.
For sure.
And all the colorful shakes and things.
Yeah, and sports, this is the place because Ibiza is like, not for the health. you need to live in credit.
There is a group of people that will disagree, because Ibiza became popular because of hippies.
Okay, but it's not about healthy lifestyle, Tulum as well and Mexico as well. But I love Mexico, but anyways. But here you can do yoga, you can do meditations, you can do jogging on the ocean beach. So actually, this is the culture, and all this breakfast and early mornings, early wake up culture. It's not about night clubbing. So sometimes my friends they had such thing in mind that Bali it's not for children, it's not for families, it's just for partying. No, it is not. It is definitely family style, family lifestyle. And my parents also, they're retired, but every year they come to Bali and they rest here and they love the place because they're huge villas, lots of land, you can walk, beautiful sunsets. Yes.
Of course. Yeah. So I mean, actually, I totally agree with you, So I think the gyms and sports places in Bali do actually better than the nightclubs.
For sure, yeah.
Because I've seen the gyms and so in Perina and Pantalima, so that's where Address Bali is as well. We are right on. Well, actually, as much as we can be on the beach as possible. We're currently building and stuff, and we had a strong connection between our partners, and we discussed this that we need to have a gym in the building.
For sure,
but. Then we noticed that there is about 7 or 8 gyms just in the area, and they are world-class gyms, and probably 2 or 3 new ones are opening up. So what's the point of having a gym in the building? when there's somebody
collaborate
around. For
with the
example,
gym.
yeah, I mean, Wrong Gym is walking distance from Address Bali. Obsidian, it's one of the best and busiest gyms in Bali. There's Elite Fit, obviously, and there's a few other dotted
And
around.
they are full.
Exactly, they are full.
Yes.
They are more full than restaurants. They're more full than bars. And the thing is, with nightclubs and bars and stuff, there's times,
Yeah.
in the evening. But obviously, in the gyms here, there are children classes. There is so many other things. So yeah, definitely, it's very health focused and health centric. Tourism that happens, and again, so many retreats. So I'll just give you an example. We have a property in Uluwatu. It's a 9-bedroom boutique hotel, and almost 30% of the time, it's actually booked by health retreats. Because it's in Bingin, it's in the center, it's close to Cashew Tree and Bamboo Fitness Gym, another amazing gym, very busy. And that does really well. I mean, we are doing almost up to 20% return on investment on that property. So obviously what I'm trying to say is we have a lot of experience in running properties and hosting people and obviously hospitality already in Bali for about 3 years and running successful businesses that, we feel that the health-focused tourism is really booming, and obviously people are now taking it to another level where they're bringing science into health-focused tourism and things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, and what do you think? Because you said that you are living in Bali for just a long period of time already. So, just a short question, or maybe it will not be short. Canggu or Uluwatu?
Oh my God. So, in an ideal world,
Yeah. Okay.
I will have a house on the beach in Canggu
Okay.
and a house on the cliff in Uluwatu,
Okay.
like on one of those beautiful cliffs overlooking the sea, and a helicopter that takes me between the two places.
Yeah.
But obviously, we don't live in an ideal world, even though it's Bali and everything's perfect and beautiful. We don't. So, look, Uluwatu has beautiful beaches. It really has amazing beaches, the yellow sands, and really unbelievable. The area, if I was to live in, obviously, Uluwatu, it'll be Bingin. Right, because it has a lot of social life and restaurants, but Uluwatu has always lacked on the restaurants and bars and the social scene. But in Bali, we still have, in Canggu, we still have beautiful beaches, although they're black sand, but the sea is still amazing. Yes, there's some negative publicity around about, the beaches are dirty and stuff like that. But, when I've been to the beach, like in Perinan and Pentalima and all of these beaches, the local banjars and the villages put a lot of effort in actually cleaning all this up. But also...
and people who live also try to clean
Of course, all the expats and stuff like that. Actually, so the government has invested a lot of money in Bali. Before we move on, let's stay specific on this question that you asked. What I like about Canggu is the quality of the restaurants, and so many of them. And the social life.
The variety is so rich.
And you don't have to go so far, It'll literally. And the beauty about living in Perinan or Pentalima or where we are, well, number one, we don't have to worry about traffic.
No.
Right? And that's where our hotel is as well. It's pretty much on the beach. And when you're on the beach, you really don't need to worry about traffic because you can walk everywhere. Like the main street in Perinan, that's, has been voted like the 3rd coolest neighborhood to live in the whole of the world. By Time Out magazine.
I'm lucky.
And obviously you live in the same area, and there's so many restaurants and bars, so it's easy to compare different places, but I prefer Canggu for the reason that you can actually live here.
Yes.
And actually have a life. People can go, children can go to school and so on.
Facilities you have here.
Exactly.
And there you go to rest to the weekend.
Exactly. This is exactly what I wanted to say. So if you want to rest and have a good time, relax basically, you go to Uluwatu, but you come to Canggu. So then bringing that back to, well, what does it mean for Address Bali on Lima Beach, right? So we are building a health-focused hotel. luxury, obviously, with lots of amenities, rooftop pool, rooftop restaurant, rooftop sauna, cold plunges.
With all these sunset views, yes?
With full uninterrupted sunset views. And obviously we've got a really, we don't have a gym, but we have an amazing wellness area where people can actually relax. And that is our focus. And that's where we, really different. And again, you said a number of different things about the Bali values and Indonesian culture, and also the Asian culture, because obviously we keep on forgetting that Indonesia and Bali, we are in Asia. So one of the things that we've done in our design is to keep the building very authentic and very Asian and Indonesian and also Balinese, and we've mixed the cultures a lot with using a lot of wood, a lot of local materials, but still at the same time creating the luxury feel.
Okay.
And luxury to us means different things.
What is it for you? What is luxury?
So it's a very broad question. Luxury to different people means different things. Myself and my partners on this project, we've been very fortunate and blessed to have a very good upbringing, and also we've been in positions in life where we, because of our backgrounds obviously, we have experienced luxury firsthand from the very start. And luxury is not just choosing good materials on the floor and the walls, it's how everything flows together. But before any of that, we have 4 main principles of luxury.
Okay.
Number one is a location, right? Which we are nailing on the head with our location, because we are...
Yeah, you are lucky to get this land. Because Lima Beach, it's just, how you say, it's... my husband didn't present me rings for a long time. It's a diamond, because I forgot about the name of the stone. The thing about Address is location, because it is a diamond, because it is such an issue to find a good land in Purinan, in Lima Beach, in Canggu, and you caught the luck to its tail, I don't know.
And one of the last ones as well.
Yeah.
And one of the last ones, and also it's tourism zone. And it's a big piece of land where we can do this, and we can actually build a villa because it's build a hotel because it is tourism zone.
Yeah.
And that really is key,
you
and it's very important.
Legal things covered.
Yes, and obviously there's Bali has been in the media recently about, sadly, the project in Ubud. So we don't take risks like this. We're investing a lot of money on a property, and so our land is not just in a good location, but it's also covered legally based on zoning and all the legal paperwork that goes with it as well. So that was one of the key for us. And again, you call it getting lucky or strategically us picking this land for this project. But being by the beach is better than obviously being 5 kilometers inland.
Of course.
And even those properties are doing really well, by the way.
Yes, they're great,
but this is even better. So it's desirability increases. So location, number one.
Yeah.
Number two is the space.
Okay.
So one of the things reason people come to Bali is because of the space.
Not living in the shoebox,
Exactly. And obviously having experienced that in different parts of the world, our smallest unit is actually 65 meters square.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, so 65 meters.
One bedroom only.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's luxury. And 65 meters square is actually a studio. It's not a one bedroom. It's a very large studio with a bed, living area, bathroom and everything else, and a kitchen as well. In Europe, that's usually, let's say 650 square feet almost.
Yeah.
That's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yes, I know.
And our biggest is 290 meters square. We have penthouses, we have obviously 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartments and so on. And again, various different things. The second, obviously, like I said, is the space. The third is the design. So yes, earlier we said we don't want to be another copy and paste from Dubai or any other thing.
Any Pinterest mood board.
Of course, so that's why we created a unique. One thing I will say is the building has been designed by the same designers and the same team that designed Bentley
Wow.
Armani and Trussardi in Dubai.
Cool. You are keeping all these diamonds, you know. Okay.
But at the same time, what our brief was to keep it authentic,
Yeah.
to keep it Asian, to keep it Bali.
Balinese.
And that's why when you look at our building, it's a building that belongs in Bali. And we haven't said this. A number of other people who are interested in investing, the agents that we're working with, our partners, they have said this.
It links with the surrounding, with the nature, you know, all with the surface. Because sometimes it's strange when you see, like in the jungle, in the middle of jungle, you see something which is too outdated to the place.
Exactly. So so obviously that's the design, and luxury is not just putting the best materials together. You know, that will be like, you know, going to a designer mall and buying Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Louis Vuitton, and just dressing everything. You know, that's not luxury. Luxury is how everything flows together and it creates a concept. And then the final is obviously the service. So we will partner with the best management company in Bali who will deliver the best service. We can't say who they are just yet until obviously we've finalized the agreement.
Teasering us? Okay, but I'm sure that it is also one more diamond.
Well, yes, of course, there's so many. Well, we will be a 5-star hotel. We are aiming at 5-star luxury, 5-star quality, and everything else that goes with it. But we're not just thinking of the people who will buy units and invest with us. We're also thinking about the concept that we are creating that will attract a certain kind of customer that will come and stay in the hotel and spend the money, which will in turn give the return on investment to the people who invest with us, obviously. And that is key. And that's putting everything together and delivering that. That is luxury to us. And also business at the same time, because we're in the business of making money, not just for ourselves, but also for our partners and investors and so on. And that's the full thing that we're delivering. Now, people often ask, and I think earlier we were having the conversation whether, what is better to buy in Bali, a villa or a hotel? And you touched on it very briefly. Sorry, you should ask this question.
So, you know, and what will be your advice? What is better to invest, to the villa or to the hotel? Because now I know that you have villas with your partners, you're building a North Star project, I don't know, huge, beautiful, not huge, but beautiful hotel. What is better for people, I mean, to choose? What to choose?
Well,
of course, both.
of course. You know, exactly.
Still.
Like, you know, place in a helicopter to go around. So, based on the statistics, there is around 75,000 villas in Bali.
Oh.
So many villas, and there is 50,000 hotel rooms. And there's an oversupply of villas. I'm not saying villas are bad or you know, hotel rooms are better and stuff like that. There is definitely more villa supply in Bali than hotel, and hotel guarantees a certain level of service because it's governed by the laws of the stars that you have at a hotel.
You can't just put the star and say it.
Exactly, you need to have a level of service, and to maintain that, people expect a certain kind of quality. And sure, yes, villas also make money, but I mean, what I would say to anyone who's trying to invest, look at the location. You know, the location is key. I mean, when I came to Bali, I wanted to be as close to the beach as possible or on the beach, right? So the location is number one, whether it's villa or hotels, you know, and then once you've gone beyond that of securing the location, then you should look at the project and who's behind the project, what kind of concept they have. And then obviously decide, okay, but for us, obviously, selfishly, we will say, you know, hotels are better, and really hotels will generate more return on investment.
And it looks like it is more safe. I think even you can start from investing to hotels and then when you will return your investments, go to the villa investments as well.
Of course, and the other thing is with the hotel, everything is managed.
Yes, you don't have this headache, you know?
Exactly, everything is managed. The hotel repairs, whatever needs to be fixed will be fixed. You know, with a villa, it's a standalone unit, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So finding the staff to get them managed and stuff. Whereas when the hotel is in operation,
you can communicate with other investors as well, and just to call and say, can you go to my unit and check what is going on?
Well, exactly, but
this is the thing too.
But this will happen because we will have a fully managed service as an apartment service, 24 hours, and so you know the investor won't get a phone call in the middle of the night, water's not working, or AC's not working, or electricity is gone, or something like that.
At least you can check on booking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. And then when it comes to the management side of things, it'll be a very transparent portal for the investors to log on to and check. So it's a peace of mind for the investors as well. So we are trying to cover all bases, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
that's great. That's great. For me, you know, when I'm talking about and thinking also about Uluwatu or Canggu, I always say Perenan. But I need to keep it in the secret, you know, because otherwise lots of people will come.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing.
We have lots of places to choose for breakfast, for dining. I'm in love with Barbera. We've been together then not long ago. And talking about investments, yes, I think that it links very close to our philosophy of our company and to our company values, because we always say that you need to seek to the story behind, you need to find out who are doing what, and when you understand the story behind, when you understand the values of the owners, when you understand the values of the project, what is luxury is, you can definitely find something very interesting. And yes, it may not be cheap, because luxury can't cost cheap.
Of course, yeah.
And we all know all these cheap cases where you buy something really cheap and it's flooding, no electricity, all these issues. Yeah, so trust, luxury, venue, yes, the surface, the place, and service.
Of course. And Ozzy, what's your opinion about the traffic, by the way? Because Bali has been in the media about traffic recently.
You know, I don't feel it, actually. Because I live in Perenan, as you know, I don't drive the bike by myself, so actually I go by foot, or I just use the Gojek, or we go with my husband, so we don't have these issues. And our school, it is based in Nuanu, so the son drives there by the school bus, and they drive in the school bus, so and doesn't take them more than 15-20 minutes. It's close. So no traffic. Of course, it's like in big cities. You can find some traffic jams during like
rush hours.
Rush hours, yes, during working week. If you
sunset time.
Sunset time, yes, evenings when people go from work. If you want to go to the airport, you need just to
plan in advance.
Plan it, yes. But all in all, and actually, if you are in a rush, change your car, change your taxi to the Gojek and drive, because they drive without traffic anyway.
So I have my own answer for this, obviously. Yes, you know, traffic has been in social media a lot recently, but when you live by the beach, you know, you can walk to everywhere that you need to go to. Which traffic are you going to go to? And also, our end customer is a customer who's going to come to Bali, spend 3-4 days to a week in a luxury hotel, enjoy the services, enjoy all the facilities, and also enjoy the area, right? So they can walk everywhere. So traffic is really not an issue.
In our area, definitely not. It's only, I don't know, maybe when it is raining, but no one drives.
But again, rain is not really rain that you get anywhere else, you know. It rains for 10-15 minutes and then it stops. So it's not really, I mean, today is a wonderful day. But yeah, very good. Cool.
Thank you. So when are you going to deliver your project?
Oh yes, of course. So The delivery date for the project is December of 26.
Okay.
That's the delivery. We are retaining 40% of the units for ourselves as developers because we know how much money this development is going to make, but that's the delivery date. We have opened sales already. We've had a number of sales and we're selling right now to friends and family, people we know. We haven't really marketed the project as heavily through agents and stuff, so we'll do that sometime in April.
You know, I think this is also one of the values of the luxury, the community.
Of course.
The community that surrounds the project, it is very important, and that you understand that there will be no wrong people.
Yeah. Ask me the question, what is the benefit of somebody investing in Address Bali? And I'll explain it.
And, okay. And can you tell me, what is the benefit if someone invests to Address Bali?
So, actually, very good question, right? So, apart from the financial returns and return on investment and owning a great property, I mean, look at the design of our building. It's amazing. It's also the type of neighbors that you're going to have, right? They are going to be people like you who have invested in the property. So you'll be able to network with them, if obviously, and we don't have any limitations on somebody actually buying a property, and then they're limited to how long they stay there for. It's unlimited. They can stay there for as long as they want. We don't limit that. A lot of the hotels actually limit that
Yes, I know this.
2 weeks and stuff. So it's unlimited. So it's apart from all the financial returns and stuff like that, and the design and obvious things, it's who your neighbors are going to be.
Of course, it's very important.
And they are going to be people like yourselves who invest. So that is one of the key benefits of investing in Address Bali.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Wrote that.
Yeah. How do we wrap it up?
Thank you for your time.
Okay. Well, Nastia, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you as
Really,
well. It was interesting.
It was very good. I got to learn about your projects. And also you gave us some feedback on our project as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully in the future we'll be in touch and
For sure, we are neighbors.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll keep on seeing each other's projects.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Thank you very
Lovely.
much.
Very good to see you. Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.